Could I beat the M22? Last week I took on the formidable Churchill AVRE and came out victorious. And this week I've decided to take on the M22 Locust. Now, unlike last week, this tank wasn't made by the British, but instead by America for the British back in 1942. It was a small and rather fast tank, weighing only 7.4 tons and having a top speed of 40 miles per hour. This smallness was necessary because it was part of Britain's never-ending endeavor to throw tanks out of airplanes, which while that may have been a noble goal, it really never worked out for them in the end. Now you might think that this tank would be easier to defeat than the AVRE, however, I'm not so sure. Sure, the beginning of the fight would start well, considering that it would only fire a 37mm shell, and I don't know how big that is, but it's probably pretty small in inches, so I would just take a couple of those rounds as I approach the tank. And then I would simply pry open the armor of the tank as it was rather thin, only 9mm, which yet again, I don't know how big that is in inches, but it's probably pretty small, so I'm sure it's fine. Then I would go in and win a fight against each crew member fisticuffs, which shouldn't be too hard, they are British after all. The problem, however, would be that when I left the M22 nearly victorious, I learned that the M22 wasn't my target, and that one was merely a decoy, possibly explaining how I tanked all those rounds and tore through all that armor. And the real one was being dropped from a plane directly on top of me. In short, I would lose to the M22. What should I fight next? Let me know.